is going on, everyone? This is Dustball Gaming. Welcome back to Farmington. Going to apologize in advance, right to the beginning here. I have been sick all week. By all week, I mean like literally Monday up to today, which is Wednesday, and I'm not getting better. So expect. Well, I guess there's nothing really to expect. Monday will probably be better by then. Anyway, back to the game. What we're doing is I've got a worker doing the seeding on that field over there, field 26, I believe it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park the truck and we're gonna go and sell some grain, and then once we're done that, we're again gonna run over to the oh my fucking god, wheelbarrow, stop! It's stuck in the truck. Really? Well, isn't that? Well. Oh. Hey. So I guess I'm not parking there. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go sell some grain, and then we're gonna come back here and probably do a job. Really anything you can do to make some money. Time spent 69. But I think we're gonna sell our. No, I was gonna sell our canola. And because we're planting wheat now, we'll sell all the wheat right. Yes, I know, 11,000 meters. Great. It doesn't, like the animation, really doesn't. I wish the animation would actually make it look like your trailer is full. But I understand why they have to do that with the whole limitation thing. Like if someone just sits there and fills up the trailer, the grain doesn't spill over, so they can't have an animation to make it look like your trailer. Didn't happen, which the grain could actually spill over on the ground. Mechanic, but okay, where are we actually going? Gomez Ridge Acres has the highest, but no, it doesn't. Right Agribusiness has the highest. I'm gonna try and mute my mic whenever I can. Holy shit! That's holy. Oh my god, that's like the entire map away. But at least I know where it is. I'm really sorry about all this gross audio. It's not like nausea or anything. It's literally just I'm coughing a lot and I have a lot of phlegm and snot in my nose and I get a stuffed nose and I get headaches. So it's not like, oh, I could die without treatment sort of sick. It's like, oh. So I think I may have to get rid of this truck as well. soon as we can, because it's been crashing my game on my main Let's Play. So, shit. I think it will be a better choice for the Let's Play and for my games to So while we're unloading, I'll check the store for what truck to buy for cheap. Oh, and I'm not sure, but I think the mod I downloaded that lets me take out a large loan actually repays the loan a little bit of the amount of interest you pay. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I remember hearing that somewhere, and I'm not sure if it was this game or if it was somewhere else, or I have no clue. But I'm pretty sure that it does. I don't know why I just there. I didn't really need to. Get up here on the platform. Alright, so for trucks, we have the SX210 Twin Star, which I'm not keen on buying. Wait, change the wheel setup? Oh, it's just one tire. Attachment. Okay. The Phoenix. Oh, I pressed the Phoenix, which is about $14,000 more expensive than the Twin Star, but it's worth that. The Man TGS 18.48. I think that's a mod, actually. No, it's not. Never mind. Or the TX 415 Barrel Core. Those are the in-game trucks. They're all very, very expensive. My choice, on the other hand, would probably be this Cat CT660 or this Peterbilt 579. I think the Cat CT660 we're gonna go for. And apparently it's got a higher maintenance per day than the Kenworth. Higher tops. What's our paying? $26 a day. Alright. That wasn't very much hard. But I suppose that's what I get for selling a quarter of a trailer of freaking. We'll have some tweets. So what has to go on? Nothing. Big field for $5,000. So, if anyone actually watches this, I want to know something. if Farm Sim 13 DLC was called Titanium and Farm Sim 15 DLC was called Gold Edition, and I'm not sure what. Oh, for crying out loud! I'm not entirely sure if Farm Sim 09 or 07 had any DLC edition. But what do you think they would call Farm Sim 17 blank edition? Would it be platinum? Would it be silver? Bronze? Um, Belgium? Aluminum edition? That sounds terrible. Steel edition? Oh, that could be a good name for like, I think in episode 1 or 2 or 3 or something, I talked about having like all the old-timey farm equipment, trucks and tractors and stuff to work with. Oh, that would be so cool. Steel edition. Yes. I'm gonna, like, I think when I'm older, and if I'm managed to succeed in life and make a lot of money, I'm gonna make a farming simulator game, and it's gonna be just how I want it. Just so that I can play it. Just so that it, because this game is honestly lacking in so many areas that it's... Oh, what the hell? It's not even really that much to play. Just wish there was more. Even though 17 brought probably the best aspects of Farming Simulator and added more, and they brought it all into one game, it's still lacking really hard. Like, in the aspect of affordable vehicles, I'm playing on hard mode, and I had to take out a $2.5 million loan just so I could afford the massive vehicle. I don't know how anybody expected to grow their farm on the shitty vehicles that they give you with it. The two cases in Holland, the tractors they're okay. From there, what are you gonna go buy? For $60,000 or even $100,000, there's what, a couple of other older tractors that are about the same amount of, or that have about the same amount of power. It could just be me with a super bias for like old stuff, but I think they could have broadened their horizon when they look for classic equipment to add into their starting vehicles, like just options for people to be playing on hard mode. Like, I could really use a telehandler, but I don't have one because the telehandler in the game is it's $92,000 cheapest, and then the modded one is 105, and that's my favorite telehandler. Why couldn't I go and buy like one of those tracked tractors I've seen around everywhere with like the metal tank tracks that go about 5 miles an hour with a front end loader on them? I've seen those everywhere, but I guess I don't know. I'm just disappointed with the vehicle selection in this game. Even though they did try to broaden their horizons a little bit, it still honestly wasn't enough to satisfy. But I guess that's Giants. They can only do so much in a farming sim game. But I'd say since they have the engine down, what they really need to start doing is improving graphical textures while maintaining good frames per second. Um, Improving entities, so like plants, clusters of plants, and the grain in your trailers. Oh my god, that's not worth it either. Fucking $5 to harvest a field. Tiny field, but still, that's only $5. Jesus Christ. Um, like, and another example is if you look at the semis, what are there's no option for someone to get a semi early in the game. Your fastest method of travel is a tractor that goes 40 kilometers an hour max, which is painfully slow. So why couldn't you go out and buy like a $30,000 Peterbilt, or a Kenworth K100 flat nose with a grain box on the back of it instead of a 50? Why not buy a grain truck instead of having to go out and spend $100,000 on a truck and then have to go buy some trailer? I thought that the vehicle selection was really unwell. It's not that I don't like it, just not. Especially for really hardcore games like this, or well, like, it's really not hard, tedious, time game. Make everything so much better. Even it would make the game more interesting, give it more depth. It would add more variety. They could probably put in another 250 vehicles here with um with that are all probably under $30,000 to buy. Why couldn't I go and buy like an Oliver 88 tractor or something and a little mini cultivator to mow some grass if I have some pigs or something? Or why couldn't I go and buy a Ford tractor and get some fencing somewhere and build a small patch, a small amount of animals that doesn't get dirty as fast? Oh, you don't have to unfold the front 3-point. Oh. Ugh, really? Okay. But yeah, that's just my angle. And I'm not sure how much that older pickup truck is, but I'm pretty sure it's not cheap. So why couldn't you go and buy some really old piece of crap thing? And keep in mind that all of this stuff will probably have really high vehicle maintenance, but that's the price you pay for not being able to afford something brand new. It's still cheaper than buying something brand new. You buy and a repair system really neat. Well, that's a topic for another segment of rambling. You could buy a 1980s John Deere pull behind harvester. So that means you pull it behind your tractor and hire a worker to ride beside you with your auger out, so that the worker, or so that you don't just dump all your grain out on the ground, because those things never had grain tanks. I don't know why. You could buy one of those for maybe $12,000 max, and of course, you'd have to spend maybe a couple $1,000s to get it running again. There could be a scrap implemented to get like go shop made for buying used equipment, and maybe something is wrecked or needs fixing or something. You buy it cheaper than the price would be if it wasn't broken, and you spend a couple $1,000s to fix it. That's a $14,000 deficit right there, and you're already given a tractor at the start of the game. So you've got yourself a harvester for $14,000, but maybe every couple hours a belt snaps or something, or a cogwheel wasn't greased right and the bearing burned up or melt or breaks, shattered. Maybe some of the sieves are bent, broken, you're losing grain, but all of this could be implemented if giants would just take their heads out of their asses and stop trying to sell you forestry crap in a farming game, for one, and secondly, stop just trying to, well, I don't even know what they're doing. With this game, their main advertisement was the train and the Americanness of all the maps and the vehicles. Really, there's none of that. The harvester's the most American category in this entire game. There's maybe 5 cage tractors and 7 New Holland tractors. And that's like it for American tractors, as well as like the Challenger stuff, but sorry, again. But if they really wanted to make an American farm sim, do it right. Instead of implementing pigs, they could have thrown in repairs, randomly generated part breaking on your machinery. And they have the customization option, so I don't see why they couldn't do all the repair stuff. I guess one problem would be they would have to model the insides of the equipment to sort of show off the interiors and the parts, have to look at the parts themselves, but that really doesn't take that long. Modeling equipment doesn't take long. Giant added an extra 100 vehicles in this game, and I bet they didn't even know they were adding them until about 6 months before the game was released. So, more vehicle modeling, a couple of codes, and they have a good repair system. And then, oh, their loan system is awful. Make the loans pay off when you pay interest. That's the entire concept of interest, is that you're paying off your loan one payment at a time. You don't have to go and shell out a couple $1 million for a loan you took out 4 days ago with the game that you're never going to repay, and then you're having to pay ridiculous amounts of interest. And the fact that the base game you can only take out a $200,000 loan, ridiculous. So yeah, once again, I'm going back to that statement. Just add more old things. The older equipment, gain variety, funner, challenge, and it's a little easier to get a farm full playing on hard controller on a huge map like this. Oh, yeah, and they do hay run too. Hay is fucking stupid in this game. In America or Canada, you take a swather of an hay field, chop down the hay, swather, it all swap, so you don't have to windrow it or anything. And you let it sit there for a week. And in that week, it dries out. No tedding involved. No tedding required. No windrowing after tedding required. Um, so they were trying to make an American game, at least get that right. Ignore that. I'm sorry. Um, like, there's just so many things so European about this game. Like, Giants didn't even do their research. They called this the Washington area, where this map is based off of, and it looks more like Florida, to be honest. Washington and Washington is north and directly south of Alberta, which is the province I live in, and southern Alberta is literally classified as a desert in the summer heat. So don't tell me this lush green area looks like Washington. I love the lush greenery and all the grass and everything, but this is not Washington. Do not tell me this is Washington. And I know that I'm getting on a big ramble here, but of what this game needs to be and what it isn't yet. Seasons. This is America. We have snow here. I don't care if it's unrealistic to have it happy and sunny this day and have a harvest, and then there's a day in between, and then the day after that it's fucking blizzarding out. I do not care if it's like that, but at least or autumn, make the trees change color, or make it rain more in the spring, or make the plants grow longer in the winter because it's colder, or something. But just add in seasons. There's so many mods out that it should really tell Giants, or it should tip them off that, oh hey, people want this, put this in the game. And maybe there should be an option to turn it off, just in case you don't like the fact that snow comes every day, and it's a nuisance, and you have to plow to get to your animal. But that's America. You're making a simulator about American farming? Add snow. Sure, down in California and Texas and places like that, it doesn't snow for very long or at all, especially in like Florida and Los Angeles, and other places like that, it doesn't snow, like, at all. But those aren't places known very much for farming. Texas is known for ranching. California is known for their wine and the grapes and fruit that they can grow there. They're not known for agriculture like this. So, yeah, that was a really long tangent to me ranting about what the game would be. I'm nearly done this field. Oh my god. I think like 2 or 3 more passes, the field will be done. I can just straighten out. And I just hope that the other, like field 26, I hope we're done with it. Looks like he is. This is sick. Well, we'll keep seeding until we're done, and then that'll be it. The rant episode. I like just being able to sit here and talk to nothing about what I think or what is just on my mind. Really have no one stop me or judge me, ridicule me, up in my face about it. Like, to be honest, I've played with this friend before on the channel, named Brody. I'm not going to say any rude things about him, but he can't, like, I can't talk to him about some games that I play because they're just not his style. He hates Farming Simulator, he hates Cities Skylines, he hates SimCity, and he hates The Sims, and Train Simulator, and all these other games that I enjoy playing, and sometimes I like to discuss these things with people, and he just isn't into them, so he can't get into these games. Like, whenever I try to explain him, he's understanding about it, and he tries to think of what I'm saying, but he often doesn't get the gist. I'm not trying to be a... Oh, we're done. Anyway, I'm not trying to be a dick to Brody, but that's just him. He doesn't like simulator games. I can't really talk to him about simulator. They're just not his forte. So I like being able to sit here and have an audience, talk to the audience about simulator games, because you guys came here to watch me play simulator games. Or you came to watch me play this simulator, at least you might as well say what I have to say about it. Or you clicked on the video for the wrong reason. Yeah, I think it's nice to have an audience of people that I think that I can talk to. Because I know once I get a deep reference, I'll have some comments like, oh, you're wrong. I'm ridiculing you, but to be honest, just as long as I got my someone gave me some thought, an idiot, maybe a bad idea, but at least it was someone who understood the game. So yeah, that's just why I did this. So we're gonna park this and call it an episode. And I'm glad that I was able to fertilize with this cedar, because I can't put fertilizer on have the funds right now to afford A, fertilizer, and B, a fertilizer spreader. Hopefully we'll get there soon. Hopefully. After this harvest, we should have some clean. Oh my god, Steam! Stop! Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you like me, subscribe. If you like rant, watch the video over again, because I'm probably going to try not to rant. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in next